Hi everybody. Thank you for clicking or watching. I kind of wanted to make this video to follow my infertility journey or my trying to conceive journey. This video has been a long time coming. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've had a couple friends tell me I should do this. It's just, I'm not really great on camera, so if you see me like pause or get awkward or cringy, I'm so sorry in advance. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm trying to think about where I should start, but I guess I'll just go ahead and start from the beginning. It is kind of like a lengthy video because, we've been going through this for like a little bit over a year. But I'm going to try to make it short, but I'm also going to try to elaborate on some things because you probably are watching this because you're going through it or you're curious and you want to know more, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start it back to when I was 15. I did not have a period until I was 15 years old. That is late. So I kind of knew in the back of my head, I kind of knew, but like you're not really thinking about having children, at that age. It did cross my mind, I wonder if I'm going to struggle since I'm starting so late in life. And after that, my periods were super irregular. I got on birth control when I was 16 up until I was 18. That was my decision. Why when we're in high school, we try so hard to not get pregnant and then we become an adult, and for some people you're like, well, why did I spend all that time trying so hard when I can't even have kids? It's frustrating, but so yeah, I stopped taking the pill when I was 18. The pill didn't make me feel good. It kind of made me a little crazy, and it's not a joy to be on. I'm just going to be honest. For me anyway. I know some people love it. Some people have a different experience. For me, it was not good. So after the pill, I did not start my period for another year after that, which I'm sure I should have probably went to the doctor sooner. But like I said again, I wasn't worried about not getting a period. I wasn't trying for a kid at the time. It didn't really cross my mind. We'll start from when me and my spouse, like our first initial trying to conceive. We had been having unprotected sex for a while and it wasn't happening. At that time, I had already been diagnosed with PCOS. When I was 18, I went in for my periods not being regular just to check up, and due to cyst in my ovaries, they did an ultrasound and they did blood work, and my irregular periods, they decided to diagnose me with PCOS. I think you have to have 2 out of 3 symptoms, or it might have been just 3 symptoms overall. I did fit the criteria, so I was diagnosed with PCOS. It's kind of frustrating because a lot of people see me and I'm thin and I'm athletic, and when I tell them I'm diagnosed with PCOS, they kind of have this idea in their head of what that looks like. And I'm always told, oh, I would go get a second opinion, or oh, I don't think so, or you probably have a mild case of it. What is that? What is a mild case of PCOS? Because it's different for everybody. Some people suffer weight gain, some people suffer acne. I have no visible, you wouldn't look at me and think, oh, she has PCOS, right? Because people have this already made up idea in their head, but here I am suffering with fertility issues. So, and the thing that bothers me the most is when people say, oh, I have a friend that has PCOS. She has kids. You'll be fine. Maybe one of her symptoms isn't infertility. Maybe she has the acne or she has the weight gain, Not everyone has fertility issues that have PCOS. And I think that's a big misunderstanding. And I think people need to educate themselves before they talk. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I was diagnosed with PCOS. So right then I kind of knew me and my spouse would have trouble trying to conceive. After a year of unprotected sex and no baby, we went to my OBGYN. She put us on a few rounds of letrozole. I wasn't ovulating on the 2.5, so she bumped it up to 5 milligrams. Still no baby. I did ovulate on the 5 milligrams. That was confirmed through blood work. We took a break after that because it was just kind of we were kind of young. I'm only 22 now, so that's young to people, but we were younger then. So we took a break, didn't really think about it. Then we started to think about it again. I actually switched my OBGYN, so every time you go to a new doctor, they all want to just like redo everything. So I had to get more blood work done. Again, she reconfirmed I had PCOS. I was really frustrated with this OBGYN. I know that I don't ovulate on 2.5 milligrams of Femera. I need 5 milligrams. And she wouldn't give me 5 milligrams. She wanted me to start back at 2.5, so right off the bat, I was trying to be positive. She was nice, but right off the bat, it pissed me off. Like, I know my body. I know what I don't ovulate on. So she did that. I took the 2.5. I went in for my 12-day scan. They tried to confirm ovulation, but she said I had one follicle that looked good. That's not great to only have one mature follicle. So I asked her what the size of that was, and it was only 12 millimeters. And I started thinking to myself, that doesn't seem very big. Usually they say they want it to 16 to 20 millimeters to see a good, that's what they consider a good egg. So I was already frustrated. I knew we weren't going to get pregnant. It was a letdown, and we didn't get pregnant. So that was kind of like my last straw with the OBGYN. I understand that they're not fertility specialists, but usually that's who you will go to, and they'll do things, and then they'll give you a referral to a fertility specialist. But I just feel like if they don't feel comfortable or they don't have the knowledge, don't be afraid to admit that to your patients, because we would rather have someone knowing what they're doing. The reason I'm so adamant about that is she put me on metformin. Ladies, if you've ever been on metformin, you know that is the worst drug to be on. I was running to the bathroom. I lost a bunch of weight that I did not have to lose. Like, it was the worst, and I was only on it for months. So ladies, if you're on that drug and you have to be on it and you need it, I feel for you so bad, because it is not fun. I sympathize with you. So anyway, I'll jump back to why I brought that up. We went to the fertility specialist. Obviously this is during COVID, so it was a phone consultation. He was really funny. He had good reviews online. I really did like him. He ordered a semen analysis, and he ordered me blood work. And I'm a phlebotomist, so I know how to read the blood work tests. So he had a bunch of tests on there that she didn't order for me, which already made me feel good, because they were tests that you would think that's what you would get ordered when you're dealing with infertility, and she just didn't order that for me. So, I'm sorry guys, hang on. Okay, anyway, so, I did the blood test. Everything came back normal, which was a relief for me. It's just one more thing I don't have to worry about. I'm already not ovulating, which I think is the problem. But also my blood work came back fine. Sorry about that, everybody. Let me try to get this focused in here. Sorry. No, it's not gonna do it, of course. Okay, there we go. So, sorry about that. Anyway, so like I said, my infertility specialist, he ordered the blood. Everything came back fine, and he told me that I don't need to be on metformin. That is so frustrating when you don't need to be on a medicine that is that horrible and gives you horrible symptoms, and then you find out you don't need to be on it. It's so frustrating, and that's why I said I wish the OBGYN, if she wasn't comfortable with that, or I wish that she would have just told me that I don't have enough knowledge on this, I will go ahead and refer you out. Or, it's my fault. I should have asked why I'm being prescribed metformin. You just don't think of these things when you're so desperate to have a baby. You're just, you're taking anything in hopes that you'll get pregnant. As far as my spouse's semen analysis goes, he actually had low motility. So we weren't expecting that, because we've known that I had the issue, and we kind of just, assumed that it was all on me, and that didn't bother me, because I was the one who assumed that it was all on me more so than my spouse. His issue was the low motility. His doctor didn't seem concerned. He didn't go to my fertility specialist. He submitted his sample through another hospital, but his doctor, the urologist, seemed not too concerned and said, oh, you should still be able to have kids. That's not a bad number. Just wear loose boxers. So he did. He wore the loose boxers for 3 months, and then when his 3 months was up, he would go submit another sample. He did that, and there was no change, unfortunately. I don't know if it got worse or better. He hasn't got to see yet. We just found this out this week. He's away hunting right now, so he can't get into his stuff, so we can't really see. But they want to put him on Clomid for 4 months. And if, Clomid and Femara are similar, Clomid's worse. I'm on Femara for 5 days, and it already makes me crazy, and I wouldn't wish anyone to have to be on that. And for him to be on Clomid for 4 months, I know the dose might be different, and it might be different for men, but I really feel for him, and I elaborated to him what the side effects were, and if he didn't want to take it, that's fine, but, he's so supportive, and he wants this as bad as I do, and he's willing to do whatever, so he is going to take the Clomid. So where we're at right now is, like I said earlier, I don't have regular periods, so I went ahead, right now I'm on Provera. That will kickstart my period. Once my period comes, days 3 through 7 of my cycle, I will be taking 5 milligrams of the letrozole. I call them when I start my period, and they're going to schedule me for an in-person ultrasound probably around the time that I will ovulate. What's different than this cycle than what I've ever done before is I am getting a trigger shot. I will bring it with me, and they will give it to me. And I've kind of always been adamant after all those failed cycles of just like the letrozole and the timed intercourse, I really feel deep down in my heart it's going to take IUI to get pregnant. At the least. And so I kind of expressed that to my doctor during our consultation, and they're kind of leaving it up in my hands if I want to do the letrozole, timed intercourse, and a trigger shot, and that's it, or if I want to do letrozole, letrozole, the trigger shot, and IUI. So we're still discussing if we want to just try the trigger shot and timed intercourse, or if we want to move on to IUI. We've kind of been keeping this hush-hush from our family. Not because it's a big deal if anybody knows, but it's just, it's hard to talk about it to your family. They don't know what to say. I'd rather just kind of go through this, just me and him, and right now, it's not easy, and sometimes people say the wrong things, and when you're trying for a baby, that emotional state you're in. So it's kind of just been hush hush. We're just kind of going to keep it between us whenever we decide what we're doing. It'll probably be at the end of December when that happens, the trigger shot and everything. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this is what we need and this is it. And I know the first cycle of IUI usually is not successful. I'm just praying to God it is. It's just such a long process, every month you don't get pregnant, it starts all over. We have discussed that if this cycle or round doesn't go in our favor, we are going to take a break until next September. It's just hard, and it's money. We both are in the healthcare field. We're not rich. We're not poor. We're in the middle. But even still, we're also renovating a whole house that we're living in right now because it needs it, not because we just want to. We invested in a flipper-upper, and I said flipper-upper. It's so embarrassing. I meant fixer-upper. I told you, I'm so cringy on camera sometimes. But yeah, so we're investing in that, and it's so much work, guys. I don't think we anticipated it to be this much work. So that's just another money pit we're into right now. So it's just, we're just hoping that this works. And if not, I guess we'll start trying again September of 2021. But I just wanted to make this video to keep everyone up to date. I actually have an Instagram for my trying to conceive journey, and I had posted if anyone would be interested in me making a video, and it got tons of votes. So I know when you're struggling with infertility, it's so comforting to get on YouTube and see other people going through it. And I remember when I first started, that's all I did. I got on YouTube. Every time I was about to do something different, like start letrozole, I would get on YouTube and watch like letrozole videos, or like ultrasound videos, or like blood test videos, just there wasn't that many, honestly. I think it's still somewhat a taboo subject, and you don't really know how many girls are struggling until you start getting into these infertility communities and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, all these people. It's heartbreaking, but at the same time it's comforting knowing that you're not alone and so many other people are truly feeling what you are feeling. But that's all I have for today. I'm gonna try to edit this and get it up tonight. And if anyone has any questions or comments or ideas on the next videos, just comment that or DM my Instagram. I have a couple things I could talk about. Like I said, I could talk about the letrozole. I could talk about the ultrasound. I have done, I'm pretty sure it was the HSG to make sure my tubes aren't blocked. I know that's a big procedure that a lot of people are nervous about. Some people don't have a great experience with it. I could do a video about that. So just whatever you guys would like to see next. I don't even know if anyone's going to watch this, but like I said, this is also for me and my way of kind of journaling my feelings through this whole journey. I don't have time to keep a journal, so doing a little video during the day definitely is easier than getting out my journal every day and writing in it. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you like it and you can come back for more. Bye.